on to you, Sagittarius? How you Sagittarius are doing? So for you, you actually have the Moon, the Two of Pentacles, and then you Sagittarius have the Knight of Pentacles. So what's going on here for you, Sagittarius, is that y'all are very much so. So it seems as if somebody doesn't want to let you go. This is where all of the difficulties that you're having with them is about. They're being very adversarial with you. Let's get into it, y'all, because this is wild. The Moon card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. You've been trying to get rid of this person for a long time, or for a little bit. You decided, you tried, you know what I'm saying? You decided that you're going to try your best to go radio silent on this person because you don't want this person to actually have any form of connection to you at all, while at the same time you focus and do your thing. However, though, what I'm seeing here is that you have the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords, which represents how this person, either one or two things are actually happening. Either they're in a position where they don't have access to you and they are upset about this because of the fact that they don't have access to you, and they wish that you can actually still be around so that they would have access to you and everything like that. Or they do have access to you, and even though you Sagittarius are trying to keep it cool, calm, and collected, they don't want to do that, right? They are essentially spazzing. In other words, they're not making it quite easy for them to go away, nor are they making it easy on you to kind of leave them alone. Well, not kind of, to definitely leave them alone and go away. Because what's going on here is that for you, y'all are in a position where for you, Sagittarius, once again, you don't want to have anything to do with these people, but this person, right, or these people in a general sense, right, because I'm talking about Sagittarius in a general sense. A lot of you, Sagittarius, again, like you've been trying. Sorry about that. I thought my family members had came in the door, and they don't want to be on camera, so I do my endeavor best to shield them from that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that because you've been trying to get rid of them for such a long time, like it might have even, well, it seems to be even a long time, could be a long time, but it could just be like a couple of days, but it could feel like years or months or whatever. And so for the situation for you for you Sagittarius, is that you Sagittarius basically trying to leave them alone, and they just not having it. They're trying to figure out any way that they possibly can to weasel their way back in the door. And then you have the World card, the Five of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles right here. Represents how this is a specific space for you, where you, Sagittarius, the World card, that's my point. Like they're really stuck on you. Now they're really going to go hard. You know why? Because of the World card, the Five of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. But more so accurately, the World card, because the World card represents, because when you're rising up now, you're rising in this game. You're rising up. And what I mean when I say rising up, I mean a lot of the things that you Sagittarius actually want to happen is really happening for real. And the thing is that you Sagittarius are being motivated because it's an amazing feeling to actually see the things that you want to happen. You work hard, for it, and then the things that you actually want to happen are happening. And so now you have the Five of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. The Five of Swords and the Page of Pentacles right here really does represent how, and since that's the case, the Five of Swords is all about how, this person, you rejected them. And then the thing is that the Page of Pentacles represents how they don't want to accept the fact that they were delusional, right? So there's a sense of, they want to have you still in their life, but they still want to save face. There's a sense of they still want to live in the delusion while they still have you around. And these kind of games is what it is that I ad nauseum, I just go against, because it doesn't actually do anything prosperous for anyone who's doing it. it actually sets people back. Like instead of them be a lot more clever and a lot more like slick with it, them trying to be all caught up in their ego and stuck up and everything like that is actually taxing them. It's actually putting them in a position, so to speak, right? Not literally, but it is to a certain extent, because it's putting them in a position in their life where they're not actually being able to go out and get the things that they want, because they're just so busy just trying to make it seem like they're highly wanted by everybody instead of just being real with themselves. And so the Five of Swords, and the thing is that the Page of Pentacles right here represents how you, Sagittarius, are really in a place where you don't want to have anything to do with them, because you went from, and another aspect of it too is where it is that you came from. You came from here, where worship, maybe the worship of money, the worship of material things, right? The worship of them. Maybe you treated them a little bit too well, even though they was trying to give you a difficult time. And then you have the World card, and then you started actually taking care of yourself, because you realized that the way that this person was treating you wasn't the way that you, Sagittarius, should have gotten treated. Everybody should, everybody on earth, regardless of how poor or how rich they are, should get basic level decency, respect. But a lot of the times, sometimes people in the world, no matter where you are, they have this misconception, this delusion of grandeur that, if you're not making a certain amount of money to their liking, you don't deserve respect. And so, this is what the highty-tighty, the stuck-up, elitist, boule mindset comes from. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been treated like trash because of the fact that you didn't make a whole lot of money to their liking, to someone else's liking. They don't even have access to your money, but to their liking. Goes to show you how delusional they are. Then they'll treat you like trash. You, Sagittarius, are not there. You've walked away from not being able to look at yourself in the mirror to now actually feeling proud of who it is that you are, and who it is that you, Sagittarius, are becoming. And so the situation with that is that the Three of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Justice card, right, represents how. And so again, Three of Swords, it's the Three of Swords and the Justice. These two cards means a lot of different things. Number one, it means the overcoming of your real self, overcoming the ego. And the Three of Swords, the ego is messed up in you, in that sense, where you are learning to conquer your own ego more and more and more. You're realizing that the ego is something that rebirths itself, or is reborn, and that you have to keep overcoming it for the rest of your life. It's an ongoing thing, right? And so it's an ongoing thing to remain humble. And so a person who can get that well down pat, as well as the ways that the ego evolves and changes, trying to get the rest of your consciousness, because it's you, but it's an aspect of you trying to get the other aspects of you under control. If you can learn to get the ego under control to that extent where you can subdue it, but understanding that the ego will reverts itself, right? This is why it is I was saying that you have to be vigilant. A lot of times people talking about they don't have an ego. Well, no, you do. You wouldn't be alive if you didn't, because the ego is your survival mechanism. And then the ego becomes inflated because now that they bring that survivalism into every aspect of their life, instead of them humbling down and understanding the real them and uncovering the real them. And so essentially that's what goes on. That's what ends up happening in that real case. And so what goes on here is that it's really a situation where this doesn't just represent you overcoming your ego. Yeah, it represents that. That's not the only thing. It also represents the fact that they don't know whether or not they're coming or going. Because what's happening here for you, Sagittarius, is that you've left them alone and they're still unhappy. But when they were with you, they were trying to give you, like, they were trying to be dysfunctional to you and or with you, and you can't have that. You can't. You can't have that, because the situation is that this is what it is that I'm saying when I say, yet again, people saying that they want generational wealth. Okay, well, they're gonna have to knock it off with the stupidness. You can't bring dysfunction. See, this is the thing. You can't bring dysfunction if you out here trying to get it, like you Sagittarius usually are. Because Sagittarius are some go-getters too. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Sagittarius are some go-getters. So if you Sagittarius are out here getting it, you can't bring somebody around you who's going to want to try to bring you down and mess things up for you. Can't do that. Can't do that. So let's clarify the Justice card. Two of Michael, Knight of Raphael, Eight of Gabriel, Ten of Raphael, and then you have the Peace card for you Sagittarius. So that's my point. The Two of Michael, the Knight of Raphael, and the Eight of Gabriel here, it just speaks to how you Sagittarius, you read them like a book. You really did read them like a book, and you're right for not only reading them like a book, but staying away from them, because all they were going to do is destiny swap you, right? Basically swag jack you, bite off of you, and try to essentially replace you. Basically take all of your ideas from you, just take all your ideas from you, try to become you, try to now take your spot, try to take your spot and benefit off of being you, benefit off of being your style, your own unique brand, your own unique spin on things, right? Try to be you by being you. Basically trying to get all of the fortune from you by being you. And you Sagittarius understand that you're not going to allow that to happen, because these people are not really good for you in the first place. And then you have the Ten of Raphael and the Peace card. So the Ten of Raphael here just speaks to how you're in a very good place, and no one will ever take that away from you, because you're not going to hang around a lot of people who are going to try to bring you down with their stupid stuff that they've got going on, right? And so then you have the Peace card right here. So very powerful realization that it is that you Sagittarius are happening. It's a very powerful realization, because now you Sagittarius now understand, like, okay, you don't want anybody to actually bring you down. Now it's a matter of you Sagittarius understanding where that comes from, right? Why do you want to succeed so much, right? Why is it that you won't allow people to bring you down? What is it about your spirit that you just won't allow people to really do that? Because some people do that. Some people will let other people bring them down. That's why it is that I was saying that there's there could be more than three types, but there's commonly known three types of people, which is the fragile, the robust, and the anti-fragile. The fragile are people who are easily end up getting getting off of their path. Then you have the robust people, which are people who take it in life and take it. Most people are robust. Most people are fragile to robust, because they take certain things in their life, they overly tolerate it, they don't say anything about it, they don't speak up against it, they don't object to it, right? And they pretty much let life create the scenario for them, and they don't ever do anything to actually pull themselves out of that to control their own destiny. And then you have the anti-fragile, which is where it sounds to me as if where it is that you Sagittarius are going, or are, where you Sagittarius actually understand you're not just going to let life give you give you stuff and you just be like, okay. You actually want to control your own destiny. And so that's good. that puts you in a category where, because the anti-fragile people are actually the least amount of people on earth. So that puts you in the top 1% in that regard. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Your life is going to improve drastically, even more than where it is right now. But smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. I'm at 24,300 and change. Would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and you left a comment, you liked the video, just watch the channel, share it with everybody pretty much. Share it with your dog, your cat, your rat, your snake, your elephant, right? Your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins, all of that, you know, your pet roach, whatever it is, right? And I just want to say thank you. Really appreciate it. Also, too, come through and get a personal reading by my books, by the Kareemspiritworks official clothing. I'm telling you, check it out. Great clothing products. I'm going to even start to wear some of my own products. I'm going to wear my hats and stuff like this. I'm telling you, because it's going to get cold. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section of this video.